Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here tonight. Tonight, I'm very exciting. Well, the weekend is just down the corner again. One more day, and you're gonna spend the time with your family and friends. After all, that's why we do what we do. That's why we're gonna working very hard to build that very successful business. Now, if you watched my interview yesterday, it's about email marketing, right? So that is the truly way to build true wealth with internet marketing. Okay, all right. So it doesn't matter what arena of internet marketing you do, you always want to keep building your list and learn how to communicating with your list. Eventually convert that into your day in and day out money, right? So that's why we're here for again tonight. So be very excited. I know many of you already bought the sales automation engine version 2.0, but you might be still struggling about finding the traffic to send that squeeze page you just built. And I know many of you are still kind of interested to learn how to build your very own list. Well, tonight is about the training itself. How do you exactly build your very own list? Now, I'm rarely promoting any product regarding email lists. It's just like, you know, honestly, it's like diamond dozens, right? Just so many email building courses out there. Everybody claims to be the expert. What is so special tonight? Why you need to pay attention to this interview is basically this is from someone just like you, have a job, you know, working at a job and trying to figure this internet marketing out and struggling about all kinds of different products and after products until he mastering how to using paid traffic, how to using traffic, how to using free traffic to build his very own email list. There are total 3 different phases of getting this done. Now he's able to quit his full-time job and become a full-time internet marketer. So I know many of you have the same goal, but always kind of, if it doesn't have the not quite there yet, but you want to be there, well, this is absolutely the most important interview and inspirational interview you're gonna watch. All right, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce to you Branden. All right, Branden here is gonna be teaching us share the story how he got started with internet marketing, which is gonna really inspire you to do the same, because you know why? He was working at IT for some company and he got tired of it. He got really tired of it. I think I can relate to it, and I know you can definitely relate to that, right? So he started dedicating most of his after-hour time to learning internet marketing, specifically how to using email to make money. All right, so he decided to bring this brand new course of his out to the public, all right, and to kind of help you achieve the same thing, and mainly to show you, hey, it can be done if you spend your time, you spend your money, spend your energy, and dedicate yourself into this art, you can actually achieve it. So that's the most exciting part, right? So ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce to you the super easy cash machine here. And what it is this is a very comprehensive, no bluff email training course. Basically take you into 3 phases, okay? He's gonna taking the first phase, like if you never made money before, he's gonna teach you how to immediately make money with it, okay? And once you have enough list built, let's say 3,000, hypothetically, say 3,000 people on your list, then he's gonna take that to go to the phase number 2, all right? And once the phase number 2 is complete, he's gonna teach you how to become full-time internet marketer, which is phase number 3. So he's gonna show you step by step, no bluff kind of teaching format in PDF format, I believe, and some of the detailed videos including as well. What I love about this course so far is this is something he really does, and you're gonna see, hey, you don't have to be the most smart guy, you don't have to be the one with a lot of money to do this. You can actually start internet marketing while you're working for other company, then eventually quit that job, become a full-time internet marketer. By the way, that's what I did as well, okay? I work at, you know, when I started internet marketing, I was working at 4 different jobs and internet marketing, and now I'm just 100% focused on internet marketing. So that's how powerful this can be for you as well. And the price is going to be really affordable as well, okay? All right, so Yes, yes. All right. So let's come back to the interview here. Well, Branden is going to be here again, share some awesome, inspirational story with you. Learn how he got started with internet marketing, but most importantly, what did he do exactly to achieve the level of success and become full-time internet marketer, right? So that's why we are here for. And also, he's going to give you some specific skills, techniques about email marketing he used every single day to achieve the level of success that he has. I want to leave kind of that suspense there, that hook there, so you get to watch the interview. And let me just tell you, it's more than I think about 5 or 6 awesome tips you need to learn if you're really serious about how to get the traffic to your squeeze page. Once you get the list built, how to get them open your emails, how to get them to click, how do you, there's 2 types of lists you need to have, what they are, and a whole bunch of other stuff, okay? All right, so stay tuned, watch this, be very exciting about it, and most importantly, tomorrow when this thing launches, go grab it, learn it, master it, and profit from it, okay? All right, so without further ado, this is your friend Ham. Please keep smiling, and I will be talking to you very soon. Cheers! Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here this afternoon. And today I'm very excited to have Branden with us for the very first time to teach us how he made it with the email marketing. And then over and over again say, you know what, when you first start internet marketing, the first thing you need to do is to have your very own list. And well, he's a life proof here that it works, okay? All right, so he's going to be here sharing some awesome email marketing tips for you, whether you are just beginner or whether you've been doing it for a while. You're going to learn tons of great content in here. So be very exciting about that, and I'm more excited to share at the end of this interview. Branden's going to share this brand new course of his that's going to walk you to all the steps what made him from unsuccessful at the beginning to a full-time internet marketer by doing what he does. So be very exciting about that as well. Before we get into all this excitement here, let's kind of learn how Branden got started with the internet marketing, but most importantly, what did he do exactly to achieve the level of success that he has today. So Branden, could you kind of take over the mic, share your unique internet marketing story with us today?
Sure. So I basically started internet marketing about 2.5 years ago. And when I first started, I pretty much fell into the same trap that every person that tries to break into our industry falls into. And I was buying product after product, spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and pretty much having nothing to show for it. And I went through this drought for about a year. And by the end of that year, I had my, at the time, fiance, getting down my back, saying, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? I was working a full-time job at the time. I was an IT guy, but the pay was horrible. I was working 46 hours a week as it was, and she was a substitute teacher, not making that much money as it is as well. So, I kept telling her, this is going to be the thing. This is going to be the thing. Don't worry, I'm going to make a ton of money doing it. That's what I thought. And $1,000 later, I still had nothing to show for it. Now, that was happening up until a point to where I actually was working with a fellow marketer who was struggling just like I was, but he came upon a method that was working for him, and he introduced it to me, which was a traffic selling model. And once I did that, I was pretty much determined. I worked my butt off for 3 to 6 months, and at that 6-month mark, I was actually able to go to my boss and get my 2 weeks. I was able to quit my full-time job, and that was about a year ago. And ever since then, I've been doing this full-time. And I kind of mastered the art, or eventually mastered the art of having multiple income streams. That way, I can maintain the full-time internet marketing gig. So.
I bet it was kind of scary when you give you a two-week notice, right? Because you added this phrase of I almost made it, but I'm not made it. I'm not so sure should I put a full-time in here or not full-time in here. So someone who may be listening to this and watching this at the same face, what would it be your advice? Who's about to that has something going on here, but they're about to become full-time internet marketer? What would it be your advice to them?
Well, look, it was really scary because at that point, I mean, I was making as much as I was making at my full-time job.
Right,
so
right.
I could have kept working. I could have done it on the side and essentially made double the income. But I felt that I was having success. I wanted to keep the momentum going. So it's a big risk, eliminating that income that you have with full-time job and that stability, and going full-time and hoping really that you can keep going, either keep that same income or increase it. But yeah, it was definitely a big risk, definitely scary, even though it was a 45-minute drive to work, and it was long hours. It was still stability. It was still, I was really good friends with my boss, and it was a routine. So
Mm-hmm.
leaving that, staying at home, you can also fall into the trap of, getting lazy, not doing anything. You got to keep on that, even just because I quit my full-time job, you still have to maintain that work ethic and that determination to succeed, because once you become your own boss, you're in control of your own income. So yeah, it was definitely a scary time, giving that 2 weeks notice.
Right, right. So, to knowing what you're knowing today, would you ever have another job?
Oh, no, no, no. I'm determined to be my own boss,
Uh-huh.
and keep doing this. I do not want another job.
All right, guys. The reason I asked him that question is just to let you know, if you work hard, if you spend your time and energy and money into yourself, learn this, mastering this internet marketing, it doesn't matter, email list building or whatever it is, you don't ever want to go back to your old job anymore. I just want to point that out. So the number one question I keep asking everyone who I interview is, obviously, you've been to the up and down wins and loses doing your internet marketing journey. So, to knowing what you know today, what would it be some of the top advice you can give it to someone who's just starting out with internet marketing, maybe going to the your beginning phase, which is buying different products, they still hasn't found the focus yet. What would it be your number one or number two or number three advice you can give it to them right now?
Well, the main advice I can give somebody, like first and foremost, I just tell them one thing is don't give up, because you're going to go through that time where you're spending a ton of money. I'm sure some people out there might even spend more than I did, but I spent a ton of money that really came to a point where I didn't have anymore, and it pretty much hit rock bottom at multiple points during that time. But the key is don't give up, because you learn from your failures, and as long as you don't give up and you have that determination, you're going to find something that fits you and that's going to work for you.
So never give up and continuously taking action. I tell
Yes.
people it's better taking imperfect action than not taking action at all,
That's right.
right?
That's absolutely right. Yep.
Right. So okay, cool. So let's kind of jump into the this excitement here. The real question here is, with all the things you can do with the internet marketing, you can do offline, Facebook, video, it. Why did you personally pick email marketing and specifically selling traffic as well as your main focus? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, when I was going through that phase of buying product after product, I mean, I went through a lot of different niches there are in internet marketing. I tried this, I tried that, and when I finally got introduced to building a list, it really clicked, and I've learned, people, I'm sure I've heard many times, that a list is one of the most important things you can have in a business, and no matter how many times you hear that from no matter how many different marketers, it really is true. Like, if you have multiple things you're doing, multiple streams of income, and say you have like a WordPress blog or other websites making you money, and say all that just goes away, but you still have your list. There's a lot of different things you can do with that list. You can have multiple streams of income coming in just from a list. So it's an extremely important asset to have in your business, because it's really the most important asset that you can have in your business, and that's what I've learned over time. So.
hmm So, for someone who's not having an email list, let's kind of tell them why it's important to have a list. I don't care what kind of internet marketer you are. I believe you need to have a list, and maybe talk about why that is.
Well, basically because one of the biggest thing is the amount of work that really is involved with building a list, because it's really not that much work at all. You can literally put in 30 minutes to 60 minutes a day, and have a full-time income as long as you have a list, because there's a lot of different things you can do. You can promote your own products, you can promote affiliate products, you can promote CPA offers, you can promote whatever you want. As long as you're emailing your list, you're creating a relationship with them, you can really make as much money as you want. I mean, some people out there say it's like the click of a button, money on demand. Now, it's not literally that, but once you get a formula in place and you get your process in place, literally 36 minutes a day is all it takes, and it almost seems like at a click of a button you can make money, because at that point you type up an email, you send it to your list, and as long as you develop a good relationship, you see money coming in right away.
Mm-hmm. So you guys heard this. Now, I think the number one things I think a lot of people are still kind of struggling with. They understand, hey, it's important to have your very own list, and it's always if you went to any kind of journey, it's the first step that's the hardest, right? Like losing weight, you
Yep.
just think about, hey, I know I need to lose some weight, but to actually determine yourself to do it is always the hardest part. So kind of give us some tips on how, if you had to start over again, build your very own list, what are maybe just some of the steps you'd be taking right now?
Well, one of the most important things you need to build a list is traffic. So you really got to find a traffic source that is a good way to build your list as fast as possible and the best as possible. So that's what I was able to do, and that's one of the first things you're gonna have to do. And then once you get a traffic source, start building your list. Like I mentioned before, you gotta. That's where you start getting into building a relationship with them, constantly staying in communication with them, promoting offers to them, and that's where the real magic starts to happen.
Okay. So when you say traffic source, can you go more details about that a little bit?
Sure. So the traffic source that I was able to use and what was successful for me, and actually I mentioned that I was in the traffic selling model. That's what made me quit my, or allowed me to quit my full-time job, was actually solo ads. Now, solo ads, they over the years they change, they go up, they go down in the quality and everything, but there's always a way you can utilize that traffic. And what I've done is, since I've used solo ads as a traffic source for such a long time, I was able to adapt to the quality of the solo ads. And basically nowadays when you buy a solo ad, what you do is you're giving the people who visit your squeeze page when you buy a solo ad, when you come to your squeeze page, you're offering them a free gift in return for their email, and that's how you're building the list. Because you're giving a free gift nowadays, a lot of these new subscribers are wanting more free gifts. They're wanting more free stuff, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but what I've done in the course is figure out a way to utilize the fact that they want free stuff and give them free stuff, and in turn you get paid for it.
Mm-hmm. I think you guys can learn this exact method, how you not just totally give out the free stuff, but at the same time you can get paid for it. That's a very, very unique hook there. You got to kind of get the course to find out what that is. It's very interesting. Now we talk about a little bit before the interview. You said of something very, very interesting. I think especially someone just starting out building email lists probably don't get this exactly. You say there are two types of lists you need to really focus on. Can you maybe talk about that a little bit?
Yep, there's two types of lists. Basically, there's the list I just told you about, people who are coming on, they want free stuff, so you really have to focus on catering to their needs, building a relationship. But the second kind of list you want is a buyer's list. That's the most important list, really, when it comes down to anything. That's really what you want is a buyer's list, because these are people who have bought a product, whether it was off you or bought an affiliate product through you. But these are people who have bought something through you, so they already like, know, and trust you, and you've already you no longer have to really focus as hard on building a relationship with them as you do when you have your separate list, which is the initial list you're getting when they just want free stuff. Now, that's what I teach in the course. I teach a way where you can take them from wanting free stuff and into becoming a buyer and buying, whether it's your product or affiliate product. And that's why I go into the course, because that is your ultimate end goal, is to have a buyer's list.
Now, how do you like someone just starting this out? They got a whole bunch of people opt in, very happy, but how do you separating the freebie seekers to the buyers? What are the specific steps that you can take?
Well, basically, when you're building a list, you want to utilize what's called an autoresponder. Okay. An autoresponder allows you to capture the email addresses and keeps them in a sort of a database, really. So when you're building your list of the freebie seekers, is what I like to call them, like you mentioned. What you want to do is, so say you have your own product, or you're using a PLR product and rebranding it and promoting it to your list, or offering an affiliate product with a bonus maybe. Once you find these freebie seekers, once you get them to buy a product, you can then have them on a separate list within that autoresponder. So you can separate the two, and you can email them differently, because you're going to be emailing your freebie seekers kind of differently than you are your buyers list.
Why is that psychologically? Why is you need to have a different language? Talk to the buyer list and the freebie.
Because basically the buyer's list, people, they bought something either from you or through you. So they're almost like VIP in your eyes. So it's like, you did me a solid, so let me do you a solid. So you don't want to, the freebie seekers, you really got to kind of cater to their needs, kind of like hold their hand a little bit, which is nothing wrong with that, but you really want to get them into that mentality to become a buyer. Once they become a buyer, they pretty much are telling you that, hey, I know you, I like you, I trust you enough to buy something, either your product or something through you. So that's why you kind of want to just handle them differently. You want to maybe not email them so much as you do your freebie list, or maybe email them just differently. Maybe go more about you when you're buying them, or so on and so forth. You just want to. It's a different mentality when you're handling people who have already given you something, compared to people who don't really know you yet and haven't really trusted you yet to buy whatever you're promoting to them. So.
All right. So for those who have lists, you probably can really relate to this. Is you really have to keep your list active, right? So what are the tips you can give it to my audience right now to keep if they have a list built, how do you keep your list active?
Well, one of the main things you need to do is no matter what in list building, you're always going to have people who are going to leave your list. They're always going to unsubscribe. No matter what you do, no matter what kind of email you send or whatever, they're going to unsubscribe. So what you want to do is always keep a constant flow of traffic coming into your list and new subscribers coming onto your list so you can replenish it. And as far as like keeping them engaged and like how many times you need to email them per day, what I found over the years I've been doing it is you always want to email them at least once per day, especially your freebie list. You really want to email them once per day because they really need to keep. You need to basically. You have their inbox, you have your Gmail or whatever. You want to stay on the top. You want them to be exposed to your email and who you are and what you're trying to give them as much as possible. Now, I personally email twice a day, which I found best. So inside your autoresponder, you can actually set it up to where you can have emails going out automatically every day, where it's all hands off, and you can also have emails sent out whenever you want, which is called a broadcast. And so the way I utilize it in the course is in phase one, I have it set up to where you're giving them all the free stuff to where you can. So when they take advantage of the free stuff that you're giving them, you get paid for it. I had that set up to where it's going out automatically as follow-up messages. And on top of that, to make extra income and to get in the profit, you can send out broadcasts, which are single emails promoting affiliate products and stuff on top of that. So as far as that list, the freebie list, you definitely want to be emailing them at least once a day, if not twice a day. Keep in constant communication with them, and that's definitely one of the best tips I can give as far as that goes.
Okay. So do you find there is a difference between when do you email? Is it perhaps the morning better than afternoon, evening better than whatever? Can you talk about that a little bit? Or it doesn't?
It's kind of in the middle. It matters, but it doesn't matter. Some people claim it matters. Some people claim it doesn't. From my experience, I really don't focus on that too much. Okay. If I do email twice a day, it's me personally. I do email once in the morning and once later on in the afternoon, usually before people get home from work. Now, it's really cool. I mentioned the autoresponders before. One of them is actually GetResponse, and they have a feature to where you can set a time zone feature. So if you want to send out 8 o'clock in the morning, you can send out 8 o'clock in the morning in any time zone. It'll send out at that time in their time zone. So if you really are determined to saying, if you email, for example, and you find that you're getting more opens or more clicks at a certain time, you can actually use GetResponse to send at that certain time in each time zone. Because otherwise, when you send out 8 o'clock in the morning, like my time in the U.S., it's going to send out at 1 o'clock in the afternoon somewhere else, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. So my next question is a lot of people are talking about this thing here. I want to kind of, since you do email marketing way more than I do, does what servers you're using really matters? I mean, there's like Aweber is better than GetResponse, to me they're about the same.
Yeah, no, they really are the same. I mean, the two main dogs are Aweber and GetResponse. Honestly, I've used both, and I still use both. I have multiple lists on GetResponse, Aweber. I actually have multiple accounts with GetResponse as well. But I personally use GetResponse most of the time, just because I like their interface and how easy it is, and just the overall, and support as well is really good. But they're the two top dogs. I would recommend either one of them, and I actually do recommend both of them in the course.
Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. Yep. Awesome. All right, so let me kind of look at my questions very quick. All right, and I think you have a very, very cool tips I almost missed here is that you mentioned something that, so you've been sending people twice a day, but these people are probably getting bombarded with different other people sending them emails as well. So what are the tricks to at least get them open your email?
Well, what I like to do personally, in a lot of the subject lines I use, so basically there's two things you need to worry about when you're sending out an email: your subject line and your copy in your email. So when I send out the subject lines, what I like to focus on is mainly numbers and facts. So, for example, you could use something like how to make $300 or $100 per day using the exact 3-step system, or something like that, or how to build a 10,000 subscriber email list in X amount of time. So I like using it. That's what I found works the most. There's other ways you can use, like tricky subject lines saying, PayPal payment deposited or whatever. You can use that, which I actually wouldn't recommend using that because a lot of the big autoresponders are actually frowning upon that and closing people's accounts for that. So don't stay away from tricky stuff. Always, I like using hard facts and numbers. And as far as the swipe goes, I like keeping it short and sweet, especially when you're emailing your freebie list. Essentially, you want to keep it short and sweet. I like using like a feature benefit link kind of thing. So that definitely works best as far as getting people to click through.
That's a great tip. So let's talk about the product now. Can you give us a little bit background story? Why did you decide to create this course? Most importantly, what is the major problem you're trying to help all the internet marketer solve here? Why did you decide to launching this product? Well, what's the biggest problem you're trying to help all the internet marketing kind of get solved here? And maybe talk about a little bit what is this course cover people will be learning as well.
Well, look, one of the main reasons I created this course is to help people and newbies who pretty much are going through the same struggles that I went through. So everything that you're going to find in the course is everything I've done to quit my full-time job and to stay a full-time internet marketer. So I really want to focus on those who are really struggling to make money, who don't have a job at all, or who, whatever the case may be, anyone who's struggling. That's what this course focuses on mainly. Now, that's not to say that anyone who's an experienced marketer shouldn't pick up this course either, because one of the biggest things I harp on in the course and say that you need is multiple income streams. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. And I mean, hey, who doesn't want multiple streams of income? Who doesn't want money coming from here, 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 here? I mean, everyone does. So if you're an experienced marketer and you're not building a list yet, and you're not making money from a list, this is definitely good for you as well. So, and you're definitely going to find a ton of gold nuggets even if you already have a list. So say you have a list and you're not making money from it yet. Pick this up, and you're definitely going to be able to learn how you can utilize that list to make multiple streams of income. Now, as far as the course goes, I pretty much designed it as a 3-step or 3-phase system. So, or course, it's basically you go through phase 1. You start with nothing. If you have no subscribers, no money, you're not making anything at all. I teach you how to get from nothing to about 3,000 subscribers in phase 1, and I teach you strategies with the offers you use to get paid for giving them free offers. I utilize that strategy so you can either break even or even profit from the get-go. From the first day you start, you can break even and profit. That's how I designed that first phase. Now, the second phase you get into, once you have that list established, I get into, well, first and foremost, I get into how you can start building your list completely for free in there. So you utilize strategies called like ad swapping, click banking. I use strategies like that. And on top of that, your main income stream here is going to be actually selling advertising space from your list. So that's what really allowed me to quit my full-time job. So I had to put that in this course because I want other people to see the same success I did. And then getting into phase 3, I really get into building a buyer's list and the importance of that. And I spoke earlier how important it is to have a buyer's list. And so I get into how to build the buyer's list, how to create, go into product creation, how to create a product and everything, small product. That way you can start building your buyer's list and people can start knowing and trusting you.
Okay. All right. So here comes the fun part here. That is, let's talk about the name of the product, time of the launch, and who's going to be really benefit for getting this.
All right. So the product's called Super Easy Cash Machine, and it's launching on July 25th at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And what was the other one you asked?
Who's going to be really benefit for getting
it?
Okay.
Sorry. So like I mentioned earlier, it's definitely going to cater to any newbie, anybody who's looking to get into internet marketing. It's definitely going to cater to you. Now, it also caters to any newbie who's been in internet marketing, who's been struggling, not making any money at all. This is definitely designed for you because this is going to pretty much, if you take action, go through the course and take action, you're going to be able to create a sustainable, consistent online income and an online business. That's my goal for you at the end of the course. This is also for anybody who's been in internet marketing. Say you have a list and you're struggling to make money from it, this is definitely for you. And also, if you're experienced internet marketer and you're already making $50,000 a year, but you're not doing it with list building, well, this is for you as well because you can utilize the strategies that I outlined in this course to build another $50,000 per year income on top of that if you want. So I always harp about multiple streams of income because it's one of the best things to have, and our industry allows us to do that. So, yeah.
Cool, awesome. Yeah. So let's talk about the front-end offer. How many days are you going to keep that open? What is exactly are they getting inside the course? Is it all video training? Is it all PDF training? And what is the starting up price?
So we're starting it at $7.97 up to $12.97. It's on a dime sale, and it's going to be open for 7 days. the launch is 7 days. Now, after the launch is over, there's going to be a price bump. We haven't decided what that is yet, but it's definitely going to be a price bump. So you definitely want to get in while the price is really low right now during this 7-day period.
Okay.
And as far as the product goes, it's all in PDF format. It's a no fluff, step-by-step PDF format. I also do give video walkthroughs. There are certain parts in the course where I give a video walkthrough on how to actually implement certain strategies. I also give a list. So when I mentioned about the offers that you use to give away to your list and you get paid for giving them free stuff, I actually tell you, I give you the offers to use and where to find them. As far as when I mentioned that you're going to be selling advertising space from your list, making your income stream from phase 2, I tell you exactly where to go and how to do it and everything. And as far as phase 3, where you're building a buyer's list, I tell you exactly what kind of product you can use, how to talk to your buyers, and so on and so forth. So it's all in no fluff PDF format. There's 3 PDFs that are in the main course, and then, like I said, there's the videos as well to help them do certain strategies.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the OTO here.
Okay, so the main OTO, when if you purchase the first OTO, is we call it our unfair advantage. So basically, what it's going to do is it's not necessary, and you don't have to get the OTO in order to make the front end product work. The front end product can work on its own for sure. The OTO is designed as an add-on really. So in phase 2, like I said, I mentioned talking about selling solo ads from using your list. So I give you, if you pick up the OTO, I give you a list of sellers that I've used day in and day out that I know they get quality traffic. I've gotten great results from them before, and I give you a list. It's basically my Rolodex of sellers, so I know you can go through right away, start building your list. You don't have to worry about testing different sellers, getting bad traffic or anything like that. And also, I give you Facebook groups, Skype groups where you can go to in order to buy solo ads, sell solo ads, do clickbanking, ad swapping. These are all a whole bunch of groups on Facebook and Skype. And then the main thing in the unfair advantage is that I have a done for you funnel. So basically, for phase 1, it involves creating a squeeze page, stuff like that. But I've pretty much done all the work for you. I created a squeeze page. I created the redirect page. The offer it goes to. I've created a full email follow-up series. The swipes are all done for you. All the links and offers that you're going to use are all done for you. So if you want, pretty much what it's designed to be, the whole unfair advantage is the head start. So whoever doesn't pick up the OTO is going to be miles behind you, because that's going to allow you to start everything more quickly, get through the course a lot faster, and start seeing results a lot faster.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have any? What's the price for that?
The price for that is going to be $27.
Okay. And do you have any?
Yeah, we have more OTOs. So the other OTOs, all the OTOs we have, like I said, none of them are needed for the main course. They're all add-ons to help you get through it faster and see results faster and better. So we have another OTO called Product Creation Rehab. That's going to help you in phase 3 when you're going to be creating your own product. So I go through how to create your own product in the course and the structure. You should do everything, but this is really going to take you to the next level and go into more detail, so that way it helps them better. And the other OTO we have is Email Ninja Academy. Basically, that's going to go, like I said, just in more detail of what I go over in the course. It's going to allow you to see daily commissions coming in faster, see results happen faster. It's basically going to speed up the process. So none of this is necessary for the course, but it's going to speed up the process, which I think will help them a lot.
Okay. So what are the price on those?
The price for Product Creation Rehab is $17, mm-hmm. and same thing for Email Ninja Academy.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's all the OTOs, right?
Yeah, it's all the OTOs.
Okay. All right. So I think that's all the questions I need to ask you here today. But before you go, I got one last question. It's going to be very, very important. As people watching this interview, they're pretty much sure that your email marketing stuff, and to see you went from working for someone else to work for yourself now, and they want to go back. They're very, very inspired by this. They want to buy this course and perhaps be, if as successful as you are, probably more successful than you are. Want to get it, want to see how you do it. But everyone has that little voice on the back of their head, tell them not to do it, not taking action, the little devil inside their head, right? And so my question to you, Branden, is what makes this course so unique that they should absolutely grab during this launching period?
Well, one of the main things I like to think that makes it unique is me really, because I like to be a down to earth kind of guy. I'm not a guru. Again, I'm not like the gurus out there who make millions of dollars a year and just trying to sell a product. No, I created this product based on the struggles that I went through and what allowed me to get away from those struggles. So the fact that I did that, and that's how I present myself in the course as well. So on top of that, I designed this course to literally take you step by step to get you to the point where you're making, first of all, your first money online, and obviously then beyond. Okay, so for anybody who's scared, basically I went to the trenches. I failed. I figured out what worked, what didn't, and I pretty much combined all that in the course. So when you get in the course, it's no fluff. You go through it step by step. It's going to give you exactly what you need. As long as you take action and don't give up, then you're going to see success.
Well, you guys heard this, and he preaches what he really teaches.
Yeah.
So he works at it. So yeah, I think I thank you so much for your time to spend with us today.
Sure.
And before we leave here today, do you have maybe a final word of wisdom you'd like to share?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse or repeating myself, but the main thing I got to tell you is, tell you guys out there is don't give up. Even if you spent $5,000 up to this point and haven't seen any success, don't give up, because trust me, I've been there, done that, and keep working at it. And as long as you're determined, you're going to see success one day. Don't give up. Take action as well. That's my second major thing.
Okay, all right. So you guys heard it, and my recommendation will be taking action as well. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So guys, thank you so much for watching this, and make sure you look out for my email tomorrow, and to get the awesome bonuses. And I think there is early bird as well. Just look out for my email as well, and stay tuned. Watch a very very short demo walkthrough video as well for this, and so you know exactly how much this is going to really help you. Okay. All right. So Branden, thank you again, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very very soon.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.